Today we're speaking to an entrepreneur called Johnny, who's doing over £100,000 a month selling fish. Here's something that I've been thinking about recently in entrepreneurship. I'm thinking about what's not going to change in 10 years. You know, everyone's worried about AI. Will our business still be here in 10 years' time? Is technology going to disrupt me so much that it doesn't mean I can carry on? Well, selling fish, selling food is something people are definitely going to still want in 10 years' time. And that's why I like this business. With a few tweaks, I think this entrepreneur could be super spectacular. He just needs a little push in the right direction. And that's what we're going to do here on the pod today. Welcome back to the Business Broadcast. I'm James Sinclair. Don't forget to give me a little follow on Instagram. I'm on James Sinclair Entrepreneur. JB, where are you?
I'm just James Burt Official. Still James Burt Official. Hey, I tell you what, we have got a great conversation coming up today. We're going to be talking to the guys over at Conscious Food, and they might be doing seafood, but this business is not fishy because they're doing 100 squidaroonies. Well, that works for this, doesn't it? 100,000 squidaroonies a month, 85K to 110 grand a month, growing month on month consistently. But he's got a challenge because his wage bill is too low. Oh. So he's doing 110 grand a month, and his wage bill, he told me off air, is only still 11 grand a month. He's like, I need some senior management. How do I do it? He's never quite mastered the senior management thing. So we're going to talk about that on today's podcast. He's got 2 full-time staff and 4 part-time. Biggest challenge is his gross profit margins. Second biggest challenge, taking myself away from the operations, which he needs a bit of support with, which goes into the challenge with the staffing that we mentioned a second ago. And the third biggest challenge, expanding to new locations. We currently operate mainly around Bristol and Somerset. Where do you want to be in 1 year's time? We ask our entrepreneurs that. And Johnny told us, supply more music, concerts and care homes. Both very good business lines for us. That's two very different ends of the spectrum, isn't it? Care homes and raves. Where do you want to be in 1 year? No, we've already covered that one. What does the business look like when it's finished? He said he wants to be a nationwide seafood wholesaler with at least 10 retail shops. This guy wants to go into retail. We're mostly trying to get out of it. Do you make the profit that you want to make? And if so, what is it? It says, no, we're currently around 4% net profit. Wow. How do you spend your day-to-day time in the business? He said, sales. I was going to say, that is very similar to lots of food businesses making 4%. I mean, Tesco's 2.5%. But 2.5% at massive scale is worth having, isn't it? 4% at smaller
you're a commodity, scale. Especially when you're wholesaling, you are a commodity, aren't you?
How do you spend your day-to-day time in the business? He said doing sales, generation, procurement, managing staff, delivering, route planning, invoicing, marketing. So he's basically doing bloody all of it, isn't he? And then he's got a bunch of questions that he would like to ask for you as well. And it's consciousfoodco.co.uk. They've been going 4 years. So we're going to be talking to them. But before that, there's a knock at the door. But before we do the big section, there's something even more important that we need to do. We've had somebody email in to the show, like an old school radio show, and this person would like us to do a shout out.
A shout out?
A shout out like old school radio. So shout out to Rodri Maiden. Can you just say, Rodri, can you just give him a shout out?
Rodri Maiden, this is your shout out.
Now, Rodri did not ask for the shout out himself.
He did not ask for the shout out himself.
Rodri's fiance, who's shortly to become his wife,
Mrs. Rodri.
Yeah, it's going to be in short time span. So she emailed in and said, "Hi, James and team. I hope this email finds you well and you're not buried under too many ideas. I'm writing because my fiance is without exaggeration your biggest fan.
Oh.
To put it into perspective, in our relationship,
I thought you was my biggest fan.
No, it turns out I'm not actually. I'm way down the pocket order. To put it into perspective, in our relationship, it sometimes feels like there's 3 of us: him, me, and James Sinclair. Most days he starts conversation with James Sinclair said, and trust me, I've learned to just nod, smile, and agree with your wisdom.
Bless you.
We're getting married on the 20th of September, and while the obvious dream would be to have you with us there to witness it all,
I might just turn up with Chad.
You should do. That would be absolutely brilliant.
Do the Harry Enfield. Only me.
That would be brilliant. Which you're obviously more than welcome and you're invited to in your campaign fan on a trip to Wales. I know you're a busy man, but if you could spare a moment, a signed photograph or one of your books, or even a little shout out on your podcast would honestly mean the world to him. In fact, I think he might value it as much as marrying me for the rest of his life. He's absolutely devastated that he can't attend your business masterclass the week of the wedding. Apparently, I've drawn the line at him sneaking off to learn from you right before he says, I do. So if there's ever a chance to sneak him into the next one, call it a belated wedding present. I know it would make his year. Thank you for all the inspiration that you give him, and by extension to us. You've had more of an impact on our relationship than you probably realise, and it would make our wedding unforgettable to even have the smallest nod from his friend James. With gratitude and a touch of cheeky hope, Rianne Mormon, fiance Rianne, who is going to become Mrs. Oh, where's it gone?
The Mrs.
Very shortly. So yes,
well, look, you guys,
Rodri Maiden.
Congratulations. I hope you have a fantastic, loving life together. Thanks for listening. And we'll get a little present in the post here, won't we, Charles? We'll get some signed wedding stuff. I'll do that for you. So congratulations, guys, and keep on listening.
Congratulations.
There we go.
Everybody.
Well done.
Happy wedding day, Rodri. And
you can borrow my camper van for your honeymoon.
You don't want to hire out your goods for a honeymoon. Do you remember what happens on a honeymoon? I mean, it's a long time.
There's room in my camper van. You've got an upstairs and a downstairs.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
You can spice things up if you need to.
Right, that's enough of that. It's now time for this.
Interesting quote of fact. Interesting quote of fact. It's time for the interesting quote of fact of the week.
I had a notification pop up on my computer.
Yeah.
Next to quiet episode, Alphabet.
Oh,
Just
I've
come
been
out.
listening to that.
Oh. Anyway, that's an aside. Sorry, interesting fact or quote.
Well, I think for people that don't know, I think you should just explain that.
Yeah, so Acquired is a very, very good podcast created by two independent content creators, and they've turned this...
Well, they used to be private equity people.
That's right, and they've
One
now...
worked for Microsoft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Ben worked for Microsoft.
And they have created an amazing podcast called Acquired, and they do these 4 or 5 hour massive deep dives on the intricate journey of big businesses. It's really, really good.
They are also classic proof that content marketing works. I mean, they are millionaires off the back of that.
Oh, 100%.
Without a doubt.
100%.
And I tell you what podcasting does. It is the ultimate networking tool because, they've got Mark Zuckerberg in their phone number, in their phone book, and a host, NVIDIA.
That's right, yeah.
I'll just ring up Jensen from NVIDIA. That's what
Daniel Ek from Spotify done stuff with them.
I mean, and everyone, I actually listened to one of theirs ones recently on their second show, ACQ2, about another business that's done content marketing spectacularly well, which is the Savannah Bananas. Have you heard of this?
No.
So American baseball is very long. Do you know
that?
It's like a cricket game.
Can be like 4 hours, yeah. Have you ever been?
No.
Oh, it's great fun.
Well, the Savannah Bananas have taken it to another level, and they've put content marketing around it. They do dancing and singing. They have stilt walkers just walk on. They limited the amount of the game, and the guy that's created it, typical entrepreneur. And they interviewed.
He dresses like a banana, doesn't he? Like a bright yellow suit and stuff with a top hat
all the time.
Yes, okay,
all the time.
yeah, I have seen.
But he's
this
also
guy,
created other teams within the Savannah Bananas. So there's the Party Kings and they're pink. And so they're paying each other. And it's not like WWE where it's scripted. The teams can win independently, but it's all controlled by him. And people are going and are loving it. And it was a fascinating thing. And he nearly lost it all. And
they play a variation of baseball known as banana ball.
Yeah.
Which emphasises showmanship.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, guys, if you're listening to the pod, go and do a little bit of research on them because I think there's some golden nuggets you can swipe and deploy into any business you're in. They are making some serious content.
That is really, really, it's almost like they've done with baseball what T20 did with cricket.
Yeah.
Make it faster, less overs.
Yeah, but more fun.
More fun music.
A 5-year-old can go. They just, all of a sudden, they stop the game and go into a dance routine. Like these sports players, like all choreographed.
Really? That's
like,
a bit of you, isn't it?
And they do some really great things like they give all the foods included. You pay $35 for a ticket and all the food's included.
Oh, that is
so
good.
They make most of their money from merch.
Oh, I'm going to listen to that. AQ2, was it?
ACQ2. ACQ2, Acquired 2.
I like it. There you go. It's a good recommendation. Good recommendation for a podcast, that is. Very good. Right, interesting fact to quote. What you got? Got a fact? You got a quote?
I'm going to give you a couple of quotes.
Go on then.
I did, I think, a really good set of facts on the last one. So there's a couple that I want to read. Smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. And I loved that.
That's very true.
That got sent to me from someone that watches the show. I haven't got their name because I put it into my notes. I'm very sorry about that. But if it was you, thank you very much. Smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. I thought that was very, very good. Lots of people, they win the lottery. There's a horrific amount that most of them lose the money within 10 years because they just don't know how to manage the wealth. And if you don't have some difficulties, you're not going to be that skilled. I'm going to give one more as well, which is similar to this. Strength grows in the moments you think you can't go on, but you keep going anyway.
Oh, that's good.
So there's my...
I saw it on your newsletters. You had a tough day recently. You were like, I just got to a point, I'm like, I could just jack this all in, sell it all up, get a load of commercial property, have a fantastic life, and just make life a lot easier for myself. How long did that feeling last?
That was a particular bad week, so it did last a couple of days. Yeah, but it does happen, and I'm quite honest about that.
No, I think, and it's good that you are.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting, though, is the fact you turned it around in like 2 days. Because normally you give yourself like a little afternoon, didn't you? You go back, you go home, go to bed, have a cup of tea. Yeah, that was Yorkshire Gold.
I went home and I went in the camper van and just because there's the bed set up and I just went and laid in there. The kids came out and the kids just loved going in there.
Yeah.
And this was on my front drive, by the way, because I wanted to go in there to have a bit of peace and quiet. And then they all came in and Nats came in. She could see and she went, well, why don't you just sell a few things? I think I put that in the news. Or stop doing it. Stop, Graham. Why are you doing all this? And that's not what I wanted at that moment in time. I wanted like, come on, you can do this.
Yeah.
But I get it. That it is the path of the less trodden. But
as you keep treading it, do you ever think this might be enough, or are you just like addicted to the climb now? Because this is getting quite big. This is getting quite big, quite far. This is like snowball effect now, isn't there? Because you're buying stuff that's much bigger and rolling it in. Like the massive stuff that you've got is getting considerable, isn't it?
The skill set is amassing.
Your skill set,
yeah,
really.
The network is amassing.
What's the number one skill set you've picked up in the last 6 months? Would you say
knowing your ability?
Really,
is the ultimate skill set.
What's so knowing where the end of your ability is? Or
I think lots of people have a stronger opinion of their actual ability. There's a little phrase in recruitment that you've been promoted above your ability.
Right.
I've got this. I think I'm not bigging myself up here now, but I think I've amassed a certain amount of ability of knowing how to do deals. So I want to keep doing it.
So are you saying, have you been, or are you currently underplaying your abilities or overplaying them?
No, because I get very annoyed if I'm not using the ability. So if I could, I think I've said this on the podcast before. I think if you could play the piano to grade 8 level and you're not doing that, I would find that very frustrating. Yeah. So when you know how to build companies, find talent, understand how the world works, if you're then not applying that talent, I see that as a waste. And I actually get very close to depression if I'm not doing stuff.
And how does that like manifest? Is it like you feel like down in the dumps, like you feel low?
So there's two things. I mean, I would have been presented some choppy seas, if you like, and I was trying to deal with those choppy seas. It was kicked up. I'd done a deal with someone on a lease exit, and the landlord renegaded on that deal I thought, I have to go legal on that. I could deal with. Then there was another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. And, those things, if you get 10 in 24 hours rather than one a day, something goes wrong every day at my size. And it can pull you down sometimes. While I'm talking, so that was why I was annoyed, or down about that. Not down, but, think, oh, God, I've got to deal with that. The other point is if you are being lazy with a skill set that you're not using, I will get annoyed with myself. If in my world, if I'm not getting more stuff done, and using my skill set and ability, that annoys me. I get angry with myself.
Are you kind to yourself? Do you think?
How do you mean? What's that mean?
So when you do you speak well to yourself? Are you a flag waver for yourself, or are you come on, do more, be better, or are you like, that's good, you done good there? Are you carrot or stick?
A mixture of both. I think a mixture of both. I don't. This is the deal I've been dealt. In terms of my
Thanks,
personality type. I have to get things done.
Mm. You don't
Just
have to get things. You don't know,
no,
do you?
I do.
But you don't. You actually don't. This is the interesting thing. You don't need to get anything done.
Yeah.
You're choosing to get it done.
Thanks, Chuds, for the quiffy.
Interesting. Anyway, that was very good. I liked
Do
it.
you get disappointed with yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, so why are you having a go at me?
No, I'm not having a go. I'm asking the question, if you do.
Yeah. What do you get disappointed in yourself about?
A lack of achievement.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I should be running a £1 billion organisation.
Yeah.
But you could do so much more if you just listen to me, but you choose not to.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I will have to. Do you have sleepless nights?
About you, because you frustrate the hell out of me.
Here we
because
go.
You are very talented, very hardworking. I think you put your efforts into things that are slightly the wrong things.
Mm. Thank you.
But we all make things,
Thank you for your feedback. I'll pass on to HR. Do you have sleepless nights?
No, I sleep very well. Sometimes I don't get to sleep late at night because I'm trying to work a challenge. But when I go, right, I'm off. It's annoying as well.
Do you read before bed?
Not
how
as
do you
much as I
wind
should.
down? Or do you literally go from
I would
doing
work.
this thing on my mobile?
I would work
24
7 days a week.
24/7.
Yeah. If I didn't have children and I didn't have Nats, I would be out 7 days a
Hey, I
week.
tell you what, that is
I
not a
would.
popular thing to say at home, by the way.
What?
If I could, I'd work 24/7, 7 days a week.
But then she knows that.
I know, but don't say it out loud, even if
But
they
she
know
knows
it.
that.
Have you ever
She
said
knows.
it? I've said it
No, because
recently.
I want
I
to be
got
with them. If
rinsed.
they wasn't there,
Yeah.
and I wasn't with Nats and I
Yeah.
didn't have children. Yesterday I went to Marsh Farm. We was very busy. We had one of our busiest days of the summer holidays, and I was there and I thought I could stay here all day, just watch, tweak things, understand things. I was training some staff. I trained some staff on the ride. I put on a uniform and I said, look, watch me how I do the rides. I'm taking the pretend.
Did you?
Taking the pretend tickets from the kids. This big shout out to Will, who works for me. I was taking pretend tickets. Have you got your ticket? No. But they know, don't they? Because they just give you a pretend one. Check it out. Yeah, that's valid. No to the parents. I saying to the mums and the nans that you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And he watched me do it all. Count down from 3. Let's go. This is just on a carousel. But I turned it into theatre because it's my natural way of doing it. And I went, that's how you got to do it, Will. And then after watching me do it 3 times, I then walked off and watched him from a distance. He'd done it probably 70% as good as me.
Really?
He was doing all the pretend tickets.
Oh, that's great.
Only 19 kid, maybe 20. And I thought, that if I was there all the time doing the shows there, I could turn that place into, something revered. It would be like, the book about fish. What's that? The market store that sold fish in Seattle. Have you ever read that book?
No.
It's only a small book. It's a brilliant book. It's about how to make work fun. And you turn it into, so these guys, and you can go and check it out on YouTube. They just sold fish, but they would be like joking with each other.
Oh, and like chucking the fish when you're weighing it and stuff.
And
I've seen videos of it.
I'm making the fish talk. Yeah, I'll have be your dinner tonight. And people love it. And they wrote a book called Fish about the philosophy, and because I'm an entertainer, and how I started it. It's a really good. I mean, God, we're giving all the recommendations today. Acquired Fish, great book. And I saw him, it'd be what they call this community practice. Is if you've got a really good teacher that's inspirational, all the other teachers feed off of that teacher, and it just goes on and on and on. How you behave, everyone else behaves. And I just looked and I thought, I could be here all day. But I said to the kids, no, we're going for a picnic. And so I left at 12:30, 1:45.
1.
Yeah. So we had half a day together. But I thought to myself, but I want to be with my children. I want to be with Nat. So we had a great afternoon.
So how does that? I saw on her Instagram, you never post anything. I keep up your life via Nat.
I do not like. I love social media. Obviously, I'm doing this with you. I love speaking on stage. It's not hard to find out. Type in James Sinclair. Google will present you to me. But personally, I can't stand the stuff.
Yeah.
I just can't stand it. I just hate it. Take a picture of your food. How about F off? I can't stand it. Chad, you're not a massive social sharer, are you?
I don't think I'd have it if I wasn't sharing photography. Yeah. I don't see the point. I do like having, because I've seen some friends of mine that don't have public profiles, but I do like the archiving of photos, which is nice. It's nice to have stuff saved somewhere, because sometimes you're not the best person to do that yourself. Like I bet both of your camera rolls are disgusting. You just can't find anything. I bet it's just useless. But if you did have a good Instagram profile, private or public, don't matter, to save some of your best stuff, I think that's nice. So I think obviously it has its pros, but if I wasn't sharing photos, I wouldn't just post on there for no reason.
But I appreciate I'm in the minority, because we was at Disney the other weekend, at Rip-Off World in Paris, and everyone's watching the parade through their screens.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching the firework display through their screens. I just think,
be here.
If you really
be
want
where your feet are,
recapture the moments, it's all on YouTube. You can
true.
literally nick other people's photos. I was in China at they had this big festival on a buy-in trip in Wuhan. And not Wuhan, no, Jihan, which is where the terracotta army is. And they had this big festival. Honestly, I was the only person not watching it for a screen. And I just thought, how sad is that?
Yeah, changing times.
But they always, I suppose people want to brag about it, don't they? Look where I am. Is that why they do it? I don't know why they do it.
I find more people are taking photos of themselves having fun than the thing they're having fun doing. That's the one that always gets me. Look at that amazing thing. Here's me watching that amazing thing. Like, show me the amazing thing.
How far do you think we're away? I'll actually ask you guys this. How far do you think we're away from not having phones, and it's going to be a wearable thing that does the same thing, i.e. glasses doing everything a phone can do?
36 months.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. What do you think, Chance?
A complete opposite. I think we'll have phones for a very, very long time.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, just because tech changes doesn't mean... I think the phone will be the way it is for ages. You can choose to wear them. I'm not saying the wearable stuff won't come, but I feel like choosing to have a mobile phone will just be a thing forever. Why would you not have it? Unless you present something to me that completely looks way more efficient and convenient and easy to use, I'll just have a phone in my pocket forever. I don't want to put glasses on. I don't want a chip on me. I don't wear watches. I've never had a smartwatch. Just because tech changes doesn't mean everyone adopts it. I don't want an electric car. It's like, I think...
Have you seen his Donald Trump tattoo?
But do you see the point?
Anti-stop oil.
You see the point I make? When the phone came along, it really did change everything.
Yeah.
But I think the phone will be the way it is for the next 80 years.
Really? No way. I don't reckon so.
Well, the car's not changed, is it, in 80 years? Obviously, it's improved and tweaked and stuff.
Well, let's bring on that. How far away do you think we are from a accessible drone flying car? Because it's there now.
I saw one at the weekend. I didn't see it personally. In Monaco, there's an Instagram channel, and the billionaire guy landed in his flying car. Ugliest thing you've ever seen in your life. But yeah, it looks like a supercar. It's got turns into like a helicopter thing at the back. Mad.
Because once that's safe and all tried, tested and proven, I'm all over that.
They're already running it, tests, aren't they, from Heathrow to London City in the heli taxi things, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm all over that.
Which would you
be over that, Chance?
Yeah, maybe. I think we're so far away from that.
I still remember from Back to the Future having hoverboards. Like, don't tell me about flying cars till I have a hoverboard.
Do you remember when Teslas were supposed to be driving everyone around 10 years ago? It's not going to happen that quickly.
Yeah, I
Do
was
you think the average Joe that gets a bus to work is going to be getting on a flying? It's not going to happen.
No, but what makes it happen is affordability. So everyone can afford an iPhone.
That's why Teslas have taken over.
I don't think they can.
Well, everyone can afford a smartphone. Like the poorest people in society in this country
will make it happen. Yeah,
they find a way of affording an iPhone. Like they find a way to afford Netflix subscriptions, or people.
But there isn't an alternative to a smartphone. You have to have a smartphone. There's an alternative to travel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But once there's a way where people can work out, well, I can have a flying car for £1,500, £2,000, £3,000 a month. Once it gets to that level, companies will go, we'll have 3 or 4 that everyone can share to get to meeting. When it becomes that level of cost.
That's a bit of you in it, that.
Because at the
Dangerous.
moment, why do people not all use helicopters? Because they're like 5-6 million quid each.
Yeah.
Maybe more to get, maybe slightly less. But or why doesn't everyone not fly? Because it's inconvenient as well. You've got to drive to the place to get on the thing. But if you can have something on your driveway that you just press up and it takes you somewhere, flipping heck.
You're going to be lethal, aren't you?
I mean,
I actually am not sure we'll see that happen. You're literally talking like
build it and they will come.
Technology's so good, and especially with AI, you've got to have the engineers and the physical stuff. Like physically, not much has changed in ages. Like loads of software improvement over the years.
But this drone technology,
I don't see it.
I mean, I think if you,
I'd be happy to prove wrong. It's not a philosophical point. I just think we're so far away from it.
So far away. I think the regulation is what's going to stop it from happening. The affordability will get there. It's whether the British government, the French government, or the whatever government go, yep. Because you could just put what your neighbour's doing. I'll have a look. Oh, yep, they're out there having a bit of looking in the garden. Yeah, so I think the regulation is but I think it is.
Imagine James Sinclair when he can drone himself around the UK and buy stuff.
Oh, my God.
Hey, James, I've got a business up in Glasgow. Do you want to come and look? Oh, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. I'll be back in half an hour. That. Where's Dad gone, Mummy? He promised us a picnic. I'll be back halves.
Do you not think that we're seeing driverless cars in London anytime soon then, Chuds?
Yeah, easily 36 months. Where are they? San Fran? They're all over the place, aren't they?
San Fran, Texas, Dubai.
There are examples of it working. The people have got to adopt it, haven't they? I don't know if that will happen now.
I think, again, affordability will adopt it because I'm sorry, but if you're, and also getting people to do those like delivery jobs is getting harder and harder. So that's what's going to solve that.
I think there'll be some major shifts in everything we're talking about. I just don't think it'll be as you think it is. I don't know the answer either, but maybe a driverless taxi. I'm not convinced.
No, I'd love that as well.
That's a bit of you, isn't it? Imagine how much work you could get done. Why do you not have a driver?
I did have a driver.
Did you?
Because
why'd you get rid of the driver?
Because sometimes you have to talk to them, and sometimes you just want to be on your own.
James needs a driverless taxi.
And some weeks I'm in one place, and other weeks I'm not.
It's not a good use
of money. And you want it on tap.
Yeah.
And I'm still that frugal that if it was, I was going, 10 places a day in the car, there would absolutely be a driver.
Yeah.
But if you've got some weeks where you're all over the show and then other weeks you're just staying in one place, the real answer is a driverless car. I mean, you just sit there, do your work and go, take me to here.
Are you doing that when version 1 comes out? Are you in at version 1?
What's the version 1?
Like version 1 of the tech? Like, no, it's been tested.
No, I'd like to see everyone else work it out for 24 months. I would not get in a flying thingamajig. I'd like, let I don't
everyone
want
else
to be
do
the guinea
it.
pig of that.
Fine.
Because I don't really like flying, and that could be the other bad thing for me. If it's, if we get in the car, we go.
Yeah. Back to the car.
But I mean, I do like the idea of if you could go in a straight line, you could get to most of the country within a couple of hours.
Oh, yes. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Well, our mutual friend, Will the Power Bolston, you could get him to be your pilot.
That's not convenient, is it? That's what I mean. He has to.
He flies from North Weald, mate. He couldn't be more convenient.
No, he has to get to the airport, do all his checks, then he mate. I mean, that's.
Why do you think it'd be any different if we had them in our driveway? There's going to be so many barriers to entry before that happens.
I think they're just going to be drones, Chuds.
Maybe.
I don't think they're going to have all the moving parts. They won't be oil driven.
I think
they'll be just
for that to be affordable.
Like our Maverick
it's going to be so far away.
That's it. Once it's affordable,
not 36 months away affordable though, is it? We're talking 30 years away affordable.
No,
some people can't. No way is the average person going to be able to.
Oh no, I think it's going to be.
I can't. 36 months. I guarantee he's strapping himself in.
No, but I'm not talking about
underneath your drone.
But James Sinclair is not the normal person, is he?
No, that's true.
The millions of people that get a bus every week, you think they're going to be?
But I don't think your kids. I don't think your kids. Will own a car.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think they might.
I think there's going to be incentives by government, and I can already see this happening. Is going, don't own a car. You just. They'll be just driving around like a taxi, but driverless. But there'll be so many. There'll be 20 down. Like some of these old Victorian streets. There ain't nowhere for people to park.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got 2 cars each, and they weren't designed for that. They were designed for the horse and car.
Yeah.
160 years ago, not everyone to have 2 cars each. And then when you've got someone come and visit, where does the 3rd car go? It's an absolute bloody nightmare. And no one's going to knock them streets down and redesign it. I think we're going to be in a position where people will just instantly, there'll be 20 cars parked up ready to go. And that's already happening in London. Lots of people got driving licenses but don't own cars. And when they need on the rare occasion, they just rent it instantly.
Yeah. Well, only time will tell.
I do think there is some big shifts.
How we got to this conversation. We've gone from Savannah Bananas suggesting podcasts to driverless cars and drones.
We're very lucky. The sectors that we are in, I thank my lucky stars that, because I keep saying this, what's not going to change in 10 years compared to what is going to change in 10 years. And what I know in 10 years is not going to change. People will still like an ice cream. They will still need their children looking after. They'll still want good value days out. They're still going to want to listen to authentic content or watch authentic content, in my opinion. And they're still going to want to buy food and drink.
So whilst, you've talked about leisure and hospitality being a very difficult sector to make money in, do you think it's actually a protected sector because people will always have a requirement or a need for it?
Yeah, look, I think we are into another technological revolution. The last one was 2007, 2008, in my opinion, the birth of these things that became very accessible. This AI thing is going to, in another 36 months, I think it's just going to be unbelievable. So this whole thing about, look at medicine, for example, we're taking 10 to 20 years to trial a drug. AI is going to get so good that it's going to get all the testing for a new medicine much quicker because that data took so long to process. The AI is going to say, this could be the 25 problems with this that someone's going to have to work out. So go and test those 25 problems because we run it through whatever algorithm. So I think there's going to be a big speed up there. I just lost my point there. What was my point?
I don't know, but it's very
technical
good.
Revolutions.
Yeah, the technical revolution that we're in, I think we're going through now. And I think in China, they've got these dart factories. And this is what Chud's saying, that they're very expensive to make, a drone that could be a car. I don't think it is because I don't think human beings will be making them. I think they'll be in these dart factories. There's these factories in China with no lights, no people in them. Load of stuff goes in and stuff comes out, ready, done, all the chips made. There are 0 staff in there. When you think about what cost that's taken out, so those chips have been driven down in price. They become a lot cheaper. And I think we're going to see that with robotics, which could be a good thing for the UK as well. I've been thinking about this because I think we could start manufacturing stuff in our country or in the Western economies again. Because one of the big problems is, it's not that, you don't want to pay people to do those jobs, because China certainly is not the cheapest form of labour. And I've said this on the podcast many times before. It's actually getting more expensive to employ people, but because they've got 1 billion plus individuals, they can actually find the team and the talent to do the stuff that we want manufactured in the rest of the world. Over here, we've only got 70 million people that live here, and there's retired people, there's kids at school, and then how many, you got not that many people that can do mass manufacturing. And so I think technology is going to help us start making things back in our country again.
Mm. Is that why you're on such a high road to buying stuff at the moment? Because you've got the confidence in those sectors that's not going to change. Whilst AI is going to change lots of stuff and technology is going to change lots of stuff.
Yeah, once the AI, in my opinion, I don't, let's have people in the comments. Once AI is put into machines, because at the moment we're using, certainly as individuals, I think we're using AI as a glorified on steroid search engine.
Yeah.
Would you say that's fair, Chuds?
No, I think that's just one example.
So what
there's loads of AI at work, the software and stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like as a virtual
software.
technology.
It's software, isn't it?
Yeah, we're using it to.
There's a disparage between the hardware people use and the software, AI. Like AI is in every piece of software, right?
It is much more a software-y thing at the moment. Once it becomes that you've got a robot over there and you can say to it, go and make this teddy bear, go and make this ice cream, go and make this bar, go and make this furniture. I think I will see that in my lifetime and yours. Do you think you'll see that in your lifetime?
Keyword lifetime. I think we're a long way away from that. I think it will do stuff. It will do factory work in a way that it can be operational. But like, you want that in your ice cream palette to make you ice cream? Nah, not going to happen.
Not yet.
You would want that though. You'd want a robot to make a customer some ice cream.
Yeah, because I think it's going to get harder and harder to find the people.
But I think as a community though, and culture will dictate a lot of that. I'm not going to go to a coffee shop that's served by a robot. I want to say hello to the person in there.
Good morning, Chadlington. Here is your flat white
I think
today.
more people will be on that same boat. I know it's like it can happen. I don't know if it will happen.
Service, but it is getting people to work in factories, getting people to work in an ice cream factory is getting harder. That's my issue. And we are.
Well, that's the perfect thing that's going to take over, isn't it? The low skilled labour stuff that is very labour intensive.
And depopulation is happening.
Yeah.
Depopulation.
People just don't want to do the jobs either, do they? In a lot of instances, like those.
We're very like we work in a creative world, which most people don't, and so it's very easy for us to say, "Well, I don't want that person serving me a coffee as a robot." But it is sort of happening with. I mean, you're an individual, Chuds, that is your opinion, but people are using self-serve checkouts. They are using self-serve Costa coffee machines. I know you're not a big fan.
But you also know that those big chain coffee shops are down than they were because more people are liking independent stuff.
That's correct.
Culture does dictate. People's behaviour does dictate.
But the independents, the treats are probably 20% of the market size, aren't they?
Yeah, there'll be some shifts and changes in everything. I have no idea, but I just think, because tech can doesn't mean it will, is what I'm saying.
Well, thank you for joining us here on Loose Women.
I was in Sainsbury's, my local Sainsbury's. There are only 2 manned checkouts
Yes,
now.
we have that in our local one as well.
And there's hardly anyone on the 2.
But a Sainsbury's is you just want your food and you leave, don't you? It's not like that can be done by a computer screen.
But it would have been done by somebody packing it in a bag before. And I've 3 of them.
Yeah, of course.
To your point, it was 100 years ago.
But also the Sainsbury's thing is, them finding the people that want to do checkout jobs. They can't find the people that want to do that anymore. That's also the problem. It's not just about, I want a robot to do this because it's going to save money. It's can't find the people. We've got there's going to be a big paradigm shift in wealth as well at the moment. Like this generation that have just been living that, the 65 plus that are sitting on billions or trillions of pounds worth of assets in the Western world, that's going to start recycling soon. And that's a big change because they weren't designed to live till 85. And many people live to their 85 plus now. They're just sitting on these massive, great big piles of bricks, living in one room and all the other. There's a big change coming demographically. Should we crack on with that?
Well, should we go back? 40 minutes later, should we actually get our guest on? Poor old bloody, our guest is going to be sitting there probably fast asleep. Right, should we go back to Johnny, if you're still there? Johnny, are you still there? Are you still awake, Johnny?
I am indeed. I'm here with coffee, so I'm still alive. I'm still ready.
Thank goodness. Sorry, Johnny. We ended up getting into a right debate. I blame Chuds. He's so intellectual. Right. He takes us down these intellectual rabbit holes. Right, so we are going to be talking today. We mentioned before, so we're talking about Conscious Food Company. You guys have been going 4 years, doing 100.
Hey, can I just say, look, by the way, this company, Johnny, you're going to be a company that's going to be around in 10 years' time because people are going to want to buy fish.
Yeah.
And more so. It seems every year people are eating more and more fish, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
So challenges in the business, you got the biggest challenge being gross profit margin, second biggest challenge taking yourself out of the operations, and the third biggest challenge expanding into new locations currently across Somerset and Bristol. Give us a little origin story, if you don't mind, of the business and tell us how we got to where we are today, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I sort of stepped into food 13 years ago when I left school at 16. Ended up working in some really good restaurants across Europe and Michelin restaurants. Opened my first restaurant when I was 19 years old. And that's when I sort of fell in love with food, built up a decent reputation. Obviously, a 19-year-old running a restaurant doesn't really know much about numbers. He just knows about sort of enjoying the perk of it and cooking good food. So the restaurant lasted just over a year and then ended up cooking around Saint-Tropez, Sardinia as a private chef.
Oh, wow.
And then in COVID, the idea came to fruition really for the company, and I ended up building a website over a couple of days and selling fish to people's doors online. So the fish markets were essentially they had no customer because the restaurants were on lockdown restrictions. The fishing boats could still go out and fish. They needed to earn a living. You weren't going to catch many fishermen sort of doing part-time jobs in Amazon factories across Brixham and Cornwall. So the fishermen still needed to make money. So I decided to build a website. We were buying catch-of-the-day boxes, so buying the fish, packing them in boxes and sending them to people's doors online. And I just had myself in a van, and then it was sometimes a 16-hour day. So my mate would then jump in for the last 4 hours and I would catch some sleep. As COVID restrictions lifted, naturally people's patterns into how they would eat changed. So restaurants were getting busier again and our sales were dropping. So I decided to use my contacts as a chef, made a few phone calls, started selling to 1 or 2 restaurants as well as the home deliveries still. And then that just grew and grew and grew. And now we do around 100 plus restaurants across Bristol and Bath. And we operate 4 days a week with 5 vans, a little team, and now a little fish shop in a town near where I grew up in Somerset.
What a great story.
What are the GPs that you work to for trade?
At the moment, they're nowhere near good enough, James, because I started with no capital. So I didn't have the money to buy
Buy your what?
I didn't have the money to buy myself a big unit on the quay.
Yeah.
So we started off going for a middleman. So our margins at the moment, we're probably on around 23%, 25% gross on a good month.
So you buy it in and then you put 25% on?
So we buy the fish and then we put 40% on.
Fine.
Sorry, so we put 40%, but our end margins, by the way, by the time we take away labour, etc., there's 25% gross, and we're running on around 8% net.
Well, I think that sounds pretty normal for your sector and business. So you're putting 40% gross profit on, and you don't catch it. So this is what you buy off of the people that catch it, yeah.
Yeah, we buy it straight off the market. So
I think 40% is quite good.
So down in Brixham and Devon, I seen
I think
yes, it is. But then by the time sometimes we'll buy a ton of fish every day, and it takes a lot of manpower to prep that. We run into 5 vans, the packaging, the fuel.
Fine. Right. So there is,
and
so there is some
by the time
food
you get that to the end user,
yeah. Sorry. So there is some. Right. Okay. So you are finishing the product.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So say, for example, Cafe Deli started selling fish and they wanted a lovely new fish supplier. You would order some fish and chip portions, whether it be hake or haddock. we'd actually buy that whole fish off the auctions where the boats landed.
Yeah.
And then it would come to our store. We fillet it,
Yeah.
pack it, and send it off.
Yeah. Oh well. So in ice cream, we aim to do a 60% gross profit on top of our ingredient costs. But Cafe Deli, I mean, it's just, most food wholesalers make a 25% gross profit. So whatever we buy it in off for you, we put 25% gross profit on, and then we've got all of our delivery costs and warehouse costs, and we might make 5 to 10% a year net profit. But it's a low margin business, mate. Because I'm sure your 100 restaurants are competitively checking you all the time, even if they say they're not.
They are, and they are, and I was in their shoes, and I still know them well, and it's just we have an opportunity to gain another 20% gross margin, and that's really the biggest driver to me wanting to chat to both of you today. It's because being a young business, being a relatively new business, when we started off, we couldn't go to a normal bank because they weren't accepting new customers during COVID. So we banked with one of the challenger banks, and just trying to secure a decent competitive loan to enable us to get a different unit down in Devon, which then we could cut out some middleman cost, and we could actually add on another 20 to 30%.
So explain that to me. Why?
Gross margin on top of our produce.
So explain that to me.
Because at the moment so there's basically like an agent, a middleman who buys the fish off the market. So we send them our orders, and this middleman buys the fish, and we currently use his store as part of the cost he puts on top of the fish. So he'll buy it straight off the market because he has a license and he has a unit right on the fishing quay. So he'll buy it straight off the market, and then he resells it straight to us, but he puts on his margin. And within his margin, what we get for that is we get better credit terms, because when you buy off the market, you have to pay within 7 days. So we currently have 4-week credit terms with this middleman. So it's essentially a bit like a facility of lending money as well. We use his unit down on the quay, which currently they are just like gold dust. It's nigh on impossible, and it's such a pain in the ass to try and find one, which I'm in the process of now.
How old is he, the guy?
And you're paying for convenience, really.
Yeah, how old is he?
I hope he's not listening to this. I'm not sure, but I'd say around mid-70s.
So can't you try and buy that business off him?
He's a generational family within that fishing town, and it will keep on going down and down and down. So the short answer, which I've already inquired, is no. It wouldn't be possible.
Okay, so for you to set it up yourself, how much do you need?
And I've tried. Around 120,000, and that's going to enable us to kit out the unit, put in all the proper facilities, because it's going to be quite industrious. It's quite a heavy operation, around a ton of fish every day. Needs good drainage, good ice machines. Then a bond for the fish market.
How much is the bond for the market?
I'd say around 20 grand, 30 grand. So every time you purchase fish, they take money out of your bond after 7 days.
And then you have to top the bond back up, yeah?
Exactly, yeah. So it's almost like a sort of current account there ready for the fish market to take from. Just because it's an international market.
Is there a delay on this?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, sorry about that. Right, so
That's all right.
So you need 150 grand. And did you pay corporation tax this year?
We did, yes.
Do you know what that corporation tax bill was?
I understand. I believe. Well, it was £9,500
that you paid out.
Yes.
So that was what you paid HMRC, 9.5 grand corp tax, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, right. Send all the details to me. The person that organised this podcast from my team, Stevie or Tracy, send all the details to me. Who do you bank with at the moment? Who's the bank?
Tide, and my shop's with HSBC.
What borrowing have you got with HSBC for the shop?
25,000.
Right. I will get someone at HSBC to properly look at this for you. I mean, if it's only 150 grand,
That'd be bloody brilliant.
If it's only 150 grand, I think, and if you paid £9,500 worth of corporation tax profit, if you actually did that, not made that amount in profit, if you paid that, I think that's pretty easy. We need someone to just believe.
Yeah,
in
I hope so. It's just.
How many years have you been
exactly
going?
It. And by the way, I've been going 4 years. Do you want me to unplug my headphones if you say there's a delay and I'll speak straight into the laptop? Is that better?
I don't think it's that. It's saying on my side that you've got a connectivity issue. So you might have to just come out.
That's just, unfortunately, Somerset. I apologise on behalf of all the farmers.
If you, do you know what? Refresh your link, mate, and it'll bring you back into here. That might fix it. Give that a go.
I'll just click on the refresh now.
Yeah, okay, mate.
While he's doing that, Gemma, we need to find out why he needs the 120,000. I get frustrated by this. Why can't this guy, who obviously is working very hard, just get access to the finance he needs?
Especially if he's
Pisses
with
me off.
a bank, one of those banks.
Well, the reason is he's not big enough to have someone at HSBC with a brain cell looking after them, or even a person.
Yeah.
Have you just while he's coming back in? I was talking about AI earlier. I was listening to a conversation with someone at a call centre on AI. Couldn't tell the difference.
Really?
I'm convinced that call centre jobs in the next 3 years are ready for a big shake-up.
Yeah. I know someone who's started creating AI sales bots for real estate deals in America, and the conversational tone of it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you fill in a form and someone within 30 seconds, someone will phone you and it's this bot.
Yeah.
Hey, you just filled in the form. Yeah, I did. Can I just get some more information about what it is you're looking for? Oh, yeah, we're looking for this. Okay, yeah, why are you looking to relocate? It's so, like, you would have no idea. Like, no idea.
No, there's going to have to be a law that says you are speaking to a robot.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think that's going to happen, Chuds?
Yeah.
It's already doing it with content, isn't it?
Yeah, there'll be some watermarks or small prints or something.
What was the good news story you said about YouTube? That they said that you couldn't monetize AI driven?
Yeah, they won't monetize. They won't put ads on stuff that's AI made.
Yeah.
Well done, YouTube.
Who knows how? There's some lines that need to be drawn in the sand there, but yeah, they won't monetize it if it's all AI. So there's a lot of these like fake, I won't say fake, but AI driven voiceovers and AI driven footage and AI driven of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That is telling you a story about what happened in World War II. They just won't monetize that. They won't put ads on it, which makes sense.
I started doing a podcast in that format. It's called 100 CEOs. And it's taken the learnings of famous CEOs and taken his voice, and it's basically transcribed it, and it's doing AI versions of that content.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with it.
Johnny back in the gang.
He's not. I can see the 3 dots of doom.
Okay.
Oh, he might be back in now. Johnny, do we have you back?
Come on, Johnny, be good.
Johnny. It's not funny. Trying to sell some fish. Come on, Johnny.
Do you like fish?
I love fish.
What's your favourite fish?
My favourite fish. I do like a good rock eel.
Eels?
A rock eel.
Oh, we cannot be friends.
No, it's not an actual eel. It's called rock. It's rock. No, I had rock.
Yeah, rock.
Yeah, rock. It's called rock eel, isn't it?
But it's nothing to do with an eel.
I don't think so, no. It's got loads of little bones there to get the fish out of the bit.
What's your favourite fish, Chad?
Partial to a salmon.
A bit of salmon, yeah.
I don't mind snacking on some mackerel.
Very nice. Bit of smoked
throughout
mackerel.
the day.
See, the mackerel, a bit too fishy for me.
Too fishy. What's your favourite fish?
I've become
Hey guys, don't know if you can hear me now.
Oh, hello.
Oh, we certainly can. Johnny's back, everybody.
Johnny's back.
I cut it together.
Johnny, just quickly, on the 120,000, what do you need the 120,000 for? I understand the bond. Break down the 120 grand.
And then a lot of it's going to be on machinery and equipment, refrigeration, freezer space, because the more we buy, the better margin we get on the freezers. Because we're not just selling to restaurants now. We've also started selling to music concerts across the UK.
I am going to arrange for you. I want you to get all the information to you. Then I'm going to, because I think you're good, mate. I am going to get on a Zoom call with a very good broker that I know, because you might be able to just get that 120,000 on, a very low cost lease finance company.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's pretty much what we're after, because I'm dealing with Lombards as well.
Well, Lombard's great. Lombard's the cheapest you get.
Yeah, I hope so. And basically, the guy I deal with, he used to work for a company called The Real Rapco, who sold out a few months ago for a lot of money to Samworth Brothers,
right?
The big sandwich manufacturers. So they've really helped me out and just given me advice every now and then, because I borrowed a van off them when I first started, just going up and down the fish market selling. So they've been beautiful and they've been really helpful.
I mean, Lombard is very similar to bank finance, but I mean, I've got £1 million revolver with Lombard where you can borrow £1 million. It works like an overdraft, and you can just. I mean, they probably won't give you that yet, but
feel free to pass it on.
I know a very senior person at Lombard, and for a favour, she will probably talk to you for me.
That'd be a bloody kind, because I think it's just trying to put my head out of the sand of the day-to-day operations. We sort of started this company off from absolutely nothing, and dealing with the communication is, as you well know, James, and your sales teams you have within Cafe Deli and your other businesses. I'm currently the only person processing the orders for all the restaurants who are coming through our doors.
Stop doing that. Just employ someone to do that, and you go out there and get the next 10 restaurants.
Yes.
Why are you not doing that?
I had 3 businesses beforehand. So between the age of 19 and now, what went wrong? And every time they were going good, and I got confident and I tried to go to the next step, and they kind of went tits up, and it blows up in your face. And
What were those businesses? What were those businesses?
So the first one was the restaurant when I was 19 years old.
Bloody hard work. A restaurant is very different to take to the next level as a food services business. So
and unbeknownst to me, it was in a Quakers village, so I couldn't sell booze. So that was a real shoot in the foot. Yeah. The next one I set up was a meal.
I could sell oats. Oh, God.
Yeah, porridge was our biggest seller for breakfast.
And the second one?
The second one was a meal prep company. So I started
bloody nightmare.
Again.
So that's
online.
Not comparable. You don't get everyone wants to try and do one of them, have a day off. And what was the third one? This one.
And then the third one was this one, exactly. And in between, I was a freelance chef for sort of high net worth individuals across Europe, which was lovely.
Right, so let's get back to this one. This is
pretty good. You did it at some point. For high net worth fancy people.
This one is a good business because once you get a customer, they keep buying from you every week.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fantastic. And you can, not to try and talk myself out of a business here, but I would try and find a food services business near you and bolt them all together as time goes on.
And I've looked at doing this, so we got
to, whatever. But let me just finish. I will. You send me all the things that you've got, the good, the bad, and the ugly, through to the person that organised the pod, and I will arrange to have a little 5-minute Zoom call with my finance broker, and he'll put you with the best bank. He's an ex-bank manager, used to work for Barclays Corporate, so really understands all the banks, and he's raised millions for me if I have doing something a little bit more sexy outside of my standard banking arrangements.
Perfect. That's very kind. Thank you.
Right, let's get on to the questions very quickly then, because we are pressed for time. So the questions that you wanted to ask Jimbo: making the right hires. I find it very hard to hire the right people and make it easy for them to understand what I want.
Well, I would be hiring.
Challenge, yes.
I'd be hiring a PA that is a /office manager to do all that invoicing, all of the routes, the vehicle routes, the MOTs, to give you back an extra 20 hours to go and get more customers.
Yeah. Yeah, and I knew you were going to say this because I listen weekly when I'm doing my invoicing. You guys are on there, and I'm listening.
Every time you are doing invoicing, I want you to think of me, and I want you to punch yourself in the face.
I will do.
What an absolute colossal waste of your time.
Punch yourself in the face.
Any admin that you ever do, you just need to say, "I am a dickhead."
Yeah.
Very simple.
I join a long list of people behind that, but I will join them in and I'll say it.
Good. I want you to feel ashamed of yourself.
And this is a lovely pick-me-up after the bank holiday weekend, chat, so I appreciate that.
Right, second challenge then, taking the success of the Bristol business to new areas. Where are you trying to go to next?
So the Cotswolds is a massive one. I've got a real thing in my head about trying to sell into the Farmer's Dog Clarkson's pub, about backing British fish. So I'm currently trying to do that, and want to push across the Cotswolds. We're selling quite well in London. We do the O2 Arena, and we do Wembley Stadium for their big music concerts, which is a massive part of our business. I'm trying to grow, but it's very seasonal at the moment.
So I'll tell you how you get into, if you want to get some of them like Jeremy Clarkson customers, you need to use the classic, lumpy mouth thing. You just go in there, keep going in there, kill them with kindness, and you go in with a box of gifts and say, this is for Jeremy, this is British fish, and you just keep giving it to them. Eventually they go, oh, we need to give this guy a chance. He keeps on giving us all this free product.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I totally.
I promise you, if you said, right, Monday to Friday, all I'm doing is going out and getting customers, you will grow this business.
Yeah, and that's how it started. That's the annoying thing. I've sort of seen her and done it, and then you get bogged down.
Podcast, and it's the same bloody playbook with everyone. Every podcast in, podcast out, and then the few that make it through never stop doing that stuff. If you are delivering fish, if you are packing or filleting a fish or doing a VAT return or a bloody paying a bill or running a payroll, that you are doing a disservice to your business.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, finding the staff as well. Both of you, I think, are very, very relevant because of your ages. I found it very difficult being younger and all my employees. Sometimes that's been a challenging factor in trying to find new staff and just temper expectations and get them motivated working as well, because finding the staff is bloody hard. And where a lot of us are on the road, a lot of them are on the road and in different locations, Devon, Bristol, or driving, that you're not together. It's very hard to sort of build that same attitude to move forward. You always have to leave them fully independent.
But that's down to training. You've got to do regular training. The more you train, the more you gain.
Yeah,
it's why the army do roll call every morning. It's why schools do assembly. When these companies go, we're doing an annual conference, then you got one day of annual motivation. It's got to be regular.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Right, final challenge you had, or the final question, was finding effective funding solutions. I think we've covered that one off as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right, anything else that you want to cover? Any other pearls of wisdom, or you just want to get out of here before he goes in at you again and calls you all sorts of other names?
I found it really helpful, guys. And where we started with no customers in these restaurants, and we're trying to get the bigger customers. I've listened to a lot of every week, and there's been a few things where people said about whether it's Haven Caravan Park. We've just started supplying Bristol City Football Club as well. And we're trying to look in with educational places, diversifying our revenue away from restaurants because it's very volatile. We've had a lot of customers buy lots of fish from us or order lots and sometimes go bust and never pay because of the volatility of the market. So I'm currently trying to look into other revenue streams such as nurseries and events and places and attractions like you run, and I don't know how to get in there.
I wouldn't bother going to those sorts of customers for this sort of thing. Where I would go if this was my business, I was thinking about it. I would be doing food and craft markets, them big farmers' food festivals. I would absolutely be doing that. Even if you only break even at them, people love your stuff and then you send them back to your shop. Yeah. So you'd see it as a marketing tool. But I know people can do, I used to run business. You can do $5,000 in a day with 2 staff on one of those things. It's really good. Very profitable. But the second thing is you want to open more shops, and I don't think you do. And I've got
I think you're right. I no longer do.
Yeah. Well, I think what you need to do is find the very best farm shops that have the footfall already, and you do concessions and shares with them. And they probably would even let you in at a very low concession because they would think that you will bring customers to them and they will bring customers to you. I know some farm shops doing 30-40 million pounds a year out of one location. They have serious footfall. Find the very best, because I don't know, there'll be one within an hour and a half drive's time of you. Even garden centres, that sort of, and you say, look, I'd like to do this, because some of these garden centres have tens of thousands of people going in on weekends.
Yeah, we are currently in discussion with Blue Diamond Group, quite a big garden centre group. Yeah. We're in discussions with them about doing the exact thing you've just said about having a concessions within them, because they've got a butchery and they do such bloody good trade no matter what the weather.
But also think about the farm shops as well, because the good thing about with garden centres, people are going there to buy plants. With farm shops, people are going there to buy food. And that is a big, it's like going to see stand-up comedy. You are going there to laugh, and you're going to make yourself laugh more because you've gone there to laugh. And the direction of travel is we're going to the farm shop. We are prepared to pay over the odds for things. We want quality. We want artisan, and you need to go and find them.
Yeah. No. I do have another question as well from what you've said previously about bolting on other parts of catering services to the business. I've looked at that quite hard. Does it dilute being known as a very high quality? So we sort of supply the best restaurants in the Southwest.
You have multi-brands.
Do you think diversifying your product range would dilute?
No, you have Conscious Fish Company, and then you have Bristol Fruit and Veg, or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, you have multiple brands if you're worried about
that. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's an easy solution.
What you might do is share accounts, share marketing, share transport.
Yeah,
that you're looking for the economies of scale. You know, my day nurseries are not called Partyman World of Play; they're called Twizzletop's Day Nurseries.
Because we've got the hard bits sorted out. Distributions, we're ready to go. You know, we're incredibly convenient and we're incredibly reliable on our deliveries every day, which is the hardest part of the business. I think sometimes.
Absolutely, it's all about distribution.
And we've got that down to a T, whether it's Anfield or Bristol or London. We're always there on time. We've got the vehicles ready to go.
There'll be a couple of things that I will do to help you. There's a very good friend of mine owns Western-super-Mare Pier.
We supply in. They got a place called Revo. We work with the Michaels a little bit because they had Regency, didn't they?
Well, yeah, that's right. I mean, Alex his CEO is a very good friend of mine. Certainly, as you supply him on the email, I'll arrange for him, and he will sit and have a coffee with you, and he'll give you, within half an hour, some really good pointers.
Yeah, they're lovely people. That'll be incredibly generous of you.
Other thing, just on your website, mate, and obviously Jimbo knows the food services space much, much better than I do, but I don't think you're doing yourself any favours in terms of social proof or credibility. Because some of the places you've mentioned, Wembley Stadium, the O2, there's a little bit about it if I dig down into the website about some of the best restaurants, but I would have on your homepage, I would have welcome to Conscious Food Company. I'd probably make that top bit, which is called above the fold, do a bit more. And then I have a scrolling banner, which would be like proud to supply. And I'd just have their logos just scrolling across that screen. Cause I just think as an instant credibility play, that's the way to do it. And across your marketing materials, you just need to make a bit more of a song and dance of those. Cause that just brings instant credibility to be working with those sorts of brands.
And to be fair, you're spot on, and I got in trouble. I actually did a story in a local paper about supplying Elton John. I wasn't going to say the first bit. Supplying Elton John, and I got in trouble by the company saying that we don't want you telling everyone, and that was a real slap on the wrist from me, and it sort of made me a little bit shy to do it again because we've done things like the Eras tour for Taylor Swift, some real massive events. Again, but you're right, you can't.
But ask people then if you're that way.
Yeah.
Because some will go, yeah, no problem. Other people go, yeah, a bit funny about it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And the website is highly due a facelift and an upgrade. So
what did you do? Did you supply Compass at the Eras Group or?
So we supplied the company who look after all the crew and the artists themselves. So they do their world tours, and when they come to the UK, we are the point of contact for all their seafood supplies.
Fine.
So it's an independent company, quite a small one, but they've done very, very well. And they do all the catering for the actual crew and the artists themselves. And it's incredible. For example, when Elton John was at Ashton Gate, it was about $6,000 of sea bass just for one day.
Loves a bit of
just for him and his crew.
Just loves a bit of sea. But again, in that instance there, just talk about the venues that you're supplying.
Yeah.
Because those are like public domain artwork and that kind of stuff. And they're very unlikely that the O2 are going to go, can you take our logo off your website? They might do,
Yeah.
but if, ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
We can,
No.
yeah, absolutely. Well, just quickly, if I'm a punter, and
Here he
I buy
goes. You're
a-
going to ask a Taylor Swift question now.
No, if I buy a bit of sea bass off of you via Sainsbury's, what's the difference?
So ours is all line caught, and ours is, if it's not line caught, is all British day boats. So nothing from us is farmed, nothing from us is imported from overseas. Every single day we buy off the market. So the fish we're delivering today was swimming 12 hours ago.
And that's not the case for supermarkets.
No, it's covered in plastic. It's sent over from Cyprus or Turkey, Iceland. And a crazy, crazy fact is that a massive majority of the fish which is used in the MOD and the NHS comes out the Barents Sea, which the tax gets paid to Russia. So it's crazy things like this where we're so reliant on other countries all across the world for fish when we are just surrounded by the best stuff. I was in Antigua 2 years ago for Christmas, and there was Brixham Dover sole on the menu at this hotel. Whereas when you go to hotels in England, you're more likely to find Icelandic cod or Russian haddock or.
But why is that? I don't understand. Why are we not doing that? Why are we not getting our own cod?
Because I don't think we're making it sexy enough. I don't think we are making it accessible and easy, and sadly for Britain, convenient enough. It doesn't seem to be the case. There's price disparities which don't align with what the everyday public want. And you go.
So what's the difference between an Icelandic cod and one of our cods in price?
Okay, yeah. So if you go buy a fish, say an Icelandic cod, they will go out to sea for around 10 days and they will trawl the oceans. And when I say trawl the oceans, they drop their nets wide and they drop them deep until it touches the ocean bed. And they go along and it's essentially plowing the ocean floor. That takes 100+ years to regenerate and to sort of revitalize the life down there. When you're buying dayboat fish from Devon or Cornwall or other parts of the UK, up where you guys are and up north as well, they're going out with nets which only go a little bit down depth-wise. They don't touch the ocean bed. They don't damage the ocean environment. They just catch the fish. And they get bycatch as well, fish they didn't intend to catch, but we also buy and we sell that. We promote a lot of fish which you don't expect to see. And I think that's the beauty about buying the UK fish is that it's minimal impact, it's super fresh. And
right. So how much dearer is it?
In some cases, surprisingly not that much. I mean, sea bass, yes, it is expensive in the UK. If you're talking one fish, maybe 14-15 pounds. But you're going to get certain fish which are beautiful for fish and chips, such as whiting, which cost about £1.25 a portion. Which is cheaper than what fish and chips are doing, but chip shops are buying it in frozen for more expensive than that.
Yeah, I get it.
Wow.
Getting them farm shops. I mean, I really want you to come on in a couple of years. I just, I don't say this often. I've just got a little feeling about you, my friend, that I can just hear it in your voice.
Oh, you've been anointed by the Pope of
I
procurement.
feel like there's, if you do the right things, I think you could go, because this is a business that will always be there.
Yeah, and that means a lot to hear, because without obviously going too personal on this, it's been a slog of a personal journey building the sacrifices we all probably have to make.
Because
it's been
the
shit
first
at
two
times.
are rubbish models. This is a good model.
Yeah,
and if you just tweak it and improve it and give it the 10 years it needs. And you do the right stuff. Crucially, you do the right stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's just other things in life. I've just got engaged 2 weeks ago. And there is always the fear in the back of my head thinking, I want to have kids. I want to build that life, which I was lucky enough to enjoy. But I think, bollocks, what if I'm not there? What if it all goes tits up and we have not a penny to our name,
No, that's never going to happen with you. There's too much strength in you. Don't worry about that.
Stop thinking like it then.
Yeah.
You get more of what you focus on.
It's just, only get those little 10 minutes alone and your head just wanders into crappy old places, doesn't it?
We all get them. JB gets them every minute.
I didn't
and
see
I
it
know
last
on your
night.
newsletters.
I'm having it right now.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff. I think.
Where can we go for more information? Because there are a lot of like fancy people listening to this. Elton's a big fan of this. I know Tay listens very often.
I know after seeing your singing, James, on James's birthday party, I expect Elton's contacting you.
Come on now. He did. He said, could we do a duet? And I said, I'm going lead vocals. You can do up a third. He weren't having it. So that's why that's not come off. Where can people go and find more information about you and your fabulous fish?
Yeah, so Instagram, we got @Conscious Food Co. and @Conscious Fish Shop. Or head over to our website, www.consciousfoodco.co.uk. And you can also find us on YouTube in a very unproductive, not recently updated YouTube channel called The Conscious Food Co.
Well, what a wonderful upsell that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one little thing. Conscious Food Co., I don't think it's a very good name.
Fabulous fishes, though.
Yeah. When I looked on it on the notes, so they get sent the night, I thought, they're a food service company, which sort of or was it going to be about healthy food or something? It was. I didn't think it was going to be a fishmonger or a fish food wholesaler. So and also conscious. How do you spell it? You have to think about it a little bit longer than normal. But I don't think you should change the name because that's a waste of time. But if I'm just putting that out there, when you next name something,
sub-brands,
yeah.
But
if this was mine, I would call it the Wholesale Fish Company, something like that.
You know, with what Chudge was saying earlier on about social movements in terms of would people want to be served by a robot for coffee? I think with the Conscious, it was about building this company around the correct supply chain of food, and that is something which I do want to be resonated with. Obviously, profits is the most important.
That's a good tagline. But, when I'm building something, if I'm selling a company that sells white paint, I'm going to call it the White Paint Company. Because I haven't got the millions to spend on branding.
Yeah.
So I just don't change it. I'm just planting that seed in your head. I think when you start a business off and you want to get attention and people, we're in a busy world, I think it's important that people instantly know what you do.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things. When I bought Cafe Deli Wholesale, it's for delis and cafe shops, it's good. Rossi Ice Cream, that's a bad example, but, Marsh Farm, it's a day out at a farm park. I always try and Teddy-tastic. Guess what we sell? Teddy bears. I do try and do that, and I just want to sort of part that with you.
And I do have a question for Mr. Burt as well, if that's okay.
Yeah.
We are looking at trying to do something. Well, I say I'm looking at trying to do something podcast, YouTube related, to basically do healthy, sustainable fish recipes, because a lot of people don't know how to cook. We print off so many recipes for our customers in the shop, but I think it'd be great having a channel dedicated to recipes. And I didn't know if you'd be available for 20 minutes just for a chat. I know you're busy and you're running your business, but whether you would spare any time if I dropped you a message on LinkedIn to just know where to start, because I don't have a Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, sure. Message me on LinkedIn. We'll have a chat. But I think the idea is there. Make good recipes on YouTube. That's kind of it. But yeah, let's definitely have a quick chat for sure.
Yeah, I'm just technologically crap, basically.
You've got to stop with this negative mindset.
No,
there's room for improvement with your YouTube channel.
If there's any fish that's high in purines, James Burt's all over it.
You could do low gout fish recipes. I tell you what, you would have a subscriber for life if you do that on the channel.
If you produce it for free, I'll have every gout-free recipe you need.
There we go. We're sorted. Yeah, definitely. Drop me a message on LinkedIn, mate. We'll organise that.
So, Diamond.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for being on, and good luck with everything. And honestly, Jimbo doesn't anoint everyone with the...
I think he's a nice guy.
No, I think he's good. So, yeah, not everyone gets that. Well done, you. Thanks
Let's do the ratings.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Take care. All the best. Bye now. Right. What are we doing? We're doing this, aren't we? It's time for the 8 Traits of the Greats. It's the point of the show where James Sinclair talks about the entrepreneur that's just been on the podcast. He rates him out of a score of 10. No, 8. So that's called the 8 Traits of the Greats. Cheers, Chuds. Okay, it's James Sinclair's 8 Traits of the Greats. Go on in.
Starting with the end in mind. I think we can give him that.
Go on then.
Yeah.
You give it to him.
Passionate about their cause. He gets that one.
Are you kidding? He loves fish.
Untold amounts of resilience. I think he's got that.
Yes.
Relationships with people.
I think so.
Commercial awareness. He did know his numbers. They innovate. Yeah, but he's got the things, but it's not working, isn't it?
He's not innovating the right stuff necessarily, is he?
Okay, yeah. So they're master marketeers, no. Stay teachable and curious. Yes.
Go on, what's he got?
Well, he's got a 6.
A 6? Oh, hang on. Hold fire. Stop the jingle. What's happening here?
Well, he's got the 6 because I think he is starting with. Is he starting with the end in mind? Let's just go over our
Hold
notes.
fire. What does the business look like when it's finished? Nationwide seafood wholesale.
Come on, we're giving it. He's passionate, untold amounts of resilience, yeah, master relationships with people. We've got to give it to him because he's.
Fine. Are you sure?
Yeah, let's sing the
It's
song.
a 6.
Let's do the song. It's your turn to sing it.
Okay, it's time for the great song. Today's guest, he's got a 6. He's full of entrepreneurial tricks. He's got a 6. We need to work on this. It just doesn't work. He's got a 6. He's full of entrepreneurial tricks. He's got a 6. He's full of entrepreneurial tricks. He's got a 6. He's got a 6. He's got a 6. This guy's not fishy. He's got a 6. Oh, that's right. He's got a 6. That'll do.
I bloody love it.
It's so bad that we need to work on it. Right, it's now time for this. There's just so much to pack into this show.
It's Jim versus Jason.
It's my turn to read, I think.
It is.
Ba-ba-dum-ba-dee-dum.
And it's fun. Which one's
Right,
clever
tell
and
me,
which
which
one's
one's
dumb? Izzy Wizzy, let's get quizzy.
Let's get fishy for the dishy. Thank you, Chuds. Let me correctly place these as
This is
per
going to be a
last
good
time.
one. It's going to be a good one. Aldi is the UK's largest seafood retailer. How much have they invested in the British seafood industry in 2024?
What do you mean invested?
I don't know. Let's just come up.
We get some clarification from official adjudicator Chuds.
How much have they invested?
Hey, Chuds.
How many boats have they bought? How many freezers?
Have you seen this question about Aldi?
Or is it just how much fish have they bought?
Repeat the question.
Aldi is the UK's largest seafood retailer. How much have they invested in the British seafood industry in 2024? Shall I give you this to read the answer with the bits and the bobs?
Yeah,
so
have
that
a
you can
quick
give us a
look.
bit more clarity, Michael Chudley. And then you can read the answer.
Oh, this is new, isn't it?
This is new, yeah. So Aldi is the UK's largest seafood retailer. How much have they invested in the British seafood industry in 2024? So we're asking here, is it them buying equipment or is it product?
It's product. How much have they bought? How much fish have they bought?
Okay, fine.
Do you eat fish every week at home?
Yeah.
Do you eat fish every week at home?
Yeah.
What do you have, Chance?
Salmon, mackerel, tuna.
Oh, blimey. That's all of it. Tuna steak. Thoughts on a tuna steak?
I don't like tuna.
I
Hannah
love
likes
a tuna steak, you know.
Hannah likes tuna.
I
Do you eat it every week?
No, at
Do you not?
restaurants more. We're definitely more meat eaters at home.
Mm. Yeah, I can't get the kids to eat it. They used to, and now they get to that fussy age. You know when they're like up to like 4?
Why
and
does
they'll
that
just-
happen?
I don't know. It's so annoying, isn't it?
They were like Michelin star, like food critics before 4. Now, as long as it's beige,
Yeah.
they'll consume it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be
Here we
worried
go.
about wearing that T-shirt
Here we
around
go.
my kids.
Here we go. Come on. What are you saying? How much fish? How much fish did Audi buy in 2024? Go. Don't give me the answer yet. I'm thinking about how many households there are, how many people eat fish. Fish Friday, it comes around 4 times a month. 4 times 12, 48. I'm good at maths, so I am, James Sinclair. I'll have a little yawn here. Ooh, I'm thinking.
I'm going £250 million.
Wow, wow, wee
No,
wah.
I'm
It's
not. I'm
going,
going 150 million.
oh, wow, wee wah. I've gone way more than that.
It's
I
just
might be
Aldi,
fishing
isn't
in
it?
the wrong pond.
What we got, Chance?
I got 2 bill. I reckon they're doing loads of fish.
Okay, ready for the answer? 45 million.
Rubbish. It's not even a good question.
Swap over.
In 2024, UK supermarkets purchased 381,371 tons of seafood worth 4.3 billion. Cod, haddock, salmon, tuna and prawns make up 80% of the fish and seafood we consume in the UK.
I love a prawn.
The UK export the most fish products to France.
Oh,
Do
mon
you
ami.
can't, can you have prawns now you're on
No,
three
I
up
can't. I can
anywhere
look at
else
them.
today?
No. Can't even.
Do you
eat-
like them?
I love a prawn.
When they're a good prawn.
Prawn in
It
like
tastes
a,
like meat.
in like some sort of Thai dish. Like
No,
a
no,
spicy
no.
Thai dish with
No,
prawn.
just-
Oh, I'm having it.
Butter and garlic. fried.
Oh yeah,
in the pan.
yeah.
God, a little bit
Have you
squeeze of
seen?
lemon.
Have you seen, to
Oh,
his
my
point about
word.
the name and his focus on conscious food, have you seen the Seaspiracy documentary on Netflix?
I started watching it. Have you watched that? Jason?
Watched it, yeah.
Oh my good God, that will change how you think about seafood. I didn't touch prawn for about 3 years after seeing that. Like what he's saying about deep sea trawling, I'm like, it is horrific.
Yeah.
It's bad.
But what will Iceland do eventually? If they just keep trailing the floor and there's no fish.
I thought he meant,
No, but he said it's 100 years for them to recover. Why are they allowed to carry on doing it?
well, because no one's policing it because the oceans are absolutely enormous and it's just cheap money in the short term. It's short-term thinking. It's reverse delayed gratification. And then you've got these mad situations. Like I saw the Faroe, I'm not going to get into it because I don't understand the culture enough, but like the Faroe Islands, like culled 150 dolphins at the weekend. They like get them into a cove and like kill them with knives. I'm like, why?
Why? Why do they do that?
Because it's a cultural thing. And they used to have to do it for, you know, because you get the blubber and the meat and all that stuff. So they used to have to do it in the Faroe Islands for survival, but they obviously now don't, but they still do it. But the seas are not policed by any one entity. That's why you've got things like the Seaspiracy and the Greenpeace boats out there going, hey, they're doing the wrong thing over there. It's mad.
Oh, I suppose because it's like international waters.
International
no one can
waters,
say
yeah.
We're in charge.
And it's just so vast. Like we've got no concept of how vast the seas are.
Do you get seasick in boats?
No, I don't.
Oh, I do.
No, I like boats.
No. I like boats to be very big for me to be on them.
No.
And that's always gets me like somewhere like a little Spanish island. Should we go on a boat trip? How about no? How about no?
Come on, James.
I mean, I'm trying
Romance at
to
Sea.
you go
Nah.
off and I'll have a couple of hours on my own in a coffee shop with
Yeah.
a cappuccino.
Cappuccino,
Sounds great.
wrapped in your blanket, your little old lady blanket you like, and sit there with your iPad.
I love it being in my camper van where I can just pull up and make a cup of tea wherever I am.
Oh, yeah, but that's a
Got
bit
the
of you,
right
innit?
Yorkshire Gold. Got the right milk.
You haven't bought your wagon today. What's happened? Last time
I
he
considered
had,
it.
he had his own breakfast outside. Do you remember, Chad? He went off to go get breakfast
I considered
ingredients.
it, but because yesterday I was in there with all the kids and they just make so much mess, so I need to get it all tidy so that it's back for me.
That's a different life, isn't it? It's a different life. Right, well, if you have enjoyed today's episode of the podcast, please feel free to let us know. Give us a rating review. People have been rating and reviewing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally. Thank you very much, because it does make a difference, because it helps with all the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. And the more that you help with the algorithm, the more people can find the show, etc. And the more people we can help with their businesses. Got anything you'd like to sell to people?
No, but we are interviewing some special guests. We've got Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips, Andrew Tate. Them lot are everywhere again, aren't they, on the internet?
The world just doesn't need it. The world doesn't need it, does it? It doesn't need more of that kind of content.
So favourite podcast at the moment, just for people listening?
Oh, do you know what I've been listening to
go on.
this week? I have absolutely loved it. It is called San Diego FC Behind the Flow, and it is the story of starting a new MLS football club from the ground up. It is fascinating.
Who makes that?
iHeart Radio, who are a big media company out in
America.
USA of A.
Did you
Brilliant.
see what the most downloaded and watched podcast of all time is now?
No, what?
Taylor Swift on her boyfriend's podcast.
Really?
It's like billions. of views.
Really?
Broke
I didn't
the
even know they had a
internet.
podcast.
Oh yeah, the Kelsey brothers. They've got a
Oh,
podcast.
have they? Oh, I'll have to have a look at that.
And
What's your favourite podcast at the moment?
well, when they bring out one, bloody Business Wars and business.
I haven't done one for a little while. Well, they're not going to, because they've just
But can I just say why? What do you mean?
100 staff have just been cut from Wondery
Oh well,
by Amazon.
can I just tell you that the Kelsey brothers, their podcast is made by Wondery.
Is
They're
it?
big players?
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's really disappointing.
Yeah, they've had to let 100 staff go last week.
But Quiet's good. Quiet's good. I like the story podcasts of how entrepreneurs have got through the trudge
Yeah.
and how they've won the day. I find it fascinating.
The
And
San
how
Diego FC
similar
one.
the stories all
Yeah,
are.
there's always it follows a very similar narrative all the time, doesn't it? Even if you're not into football, the San Diego FC one, just in terms of what they did, built a football club in 2 years from the ground up. It's unbelievable, and they did
That's
it
why I
in
think you like the Savannah Bananas story.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Right, well, thank you for listening to this podcast. Forget advertising other podcasts. Just stay with this podcast. Hit the follow button.
Yeah,
And
let us know
subscribe
in the
button.
comments if you're loving what we're doing. We love to read your comments. It means a lot. If you'd like to come and see me live at one of my events, come along. The next one is buying business. If you would like to learn how to buy businesses, all details on my website, jamessinclair.net. To your continued success, and we'll see you soon.
Ta-da.